I don't know about you, but I feel like a lot of people I know recently have entered a half marathon race. Now, before you think I'm just jumping on another fitness trend, I have been running for quite a few years. I've never officially run and entered a race. I wanted to see what all the hype was about. This was my first ever official race. I've run half marathon distances before, probably about 10 times in my whole life. And then there was that one time I did a Forrest Gump and ran 50 kilometers during lockdown for the sake of it. But I haven't been running that much lately, and I simply wanted to join an official race to enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the cheering, the people, the music and the crowds, to soak up the whole experience for myself. It's my first official race. It's not even that early, but I feel so tired. I don't know, I feel quite nervous. I'm always nervous about getting there in time, and then there's this admin of receiving your number and registering and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, let me wipe the sleep from my eyes. I don't know why I grabbed my phone first. Because of my chronic swollen ankles with my Achilles tendinopathy, I have to really stretch my gastrocnemius and my soleus muscles on my calf, so I use this golf ball. But just because it helped doesn't mean it's nice. I mean, look at my face. I did the whole distance without my Achilles throbbing, which is a miracle for me. I think I'm going to take it with me.
Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah.
My little bottle. We're just at the start line. Well, there's so many people, so I don't really know where the start line is. I've never done anything like this before, so yeah, feeling quite nervous. Don't know why. Oh, I'm seeing people do a warm-up. I might join them.
Any sub 75 minutes? Anyone? Okay.
Oh my gosh, there's a dude running in sandals. Wow. It was a wonderful day. The sun was shining, but it wasn't so hot that you were dying in the heat. My mum and her friend had come to support me as well, which was lovely. They did little clips of me running round. Keep going, Jade, doing good. I could feel I was going slightly faster than I would have if I was running this pace on my own. Perhaps it was the people running beside me or the adrenaline of the day. I don't quite know. Either way, I'm glad. It was just the push I needed to beat my record. I kept thinking of this saying I'd heard quite a few times and it entered my head throughout the race, which is, if it was easy, everyone would do it. So it's about pushing your boundaries and seeing what you're really capable of. I carried a litre of water with me under my arm, almost like a child carries a teddy bear for safety. I know that they give us water throughout the race, but I like to take very small sips very, very frequently, and the water stations were only available once for every loop of the park that we did. I guess it's personal to you, but sometimes I just didn't have the brain capacity to always think, oh, I have to run on the very, very left side to make sure that I can grab a bottle as I run past and then try not to throw up as I drink the water while I'm trying to run at a certain pace. When you have your own bottle, you can take very small sips and then you don't feel that pressure.
2 more laps, I think.
It was, in fact, 3 more laps at this point.
I don't know how to get there.
Spoiler alert, I broke my PB. I actually PB'd. I think this relaxed approach really benefited me. I set my Strava but forgot to click the stop when I passed the finish line. So I ended up running 21.5 kilometres as opposed to the half marathon length of exactly 21.1 kilometres, which is fine with me. It meant I was actually quicker than I initially thought I was.
And I beat my personal record. And I got some corn biscuits, sponsored by this pasta. But yeah, I beat my personal record. I got it under 1 hour 53. No, I think 1 hour 53. So.
It said 1 hour 53, but this was the stats for when I stopped Strava at 21.5 kilometres as opposed to 21.1. I was super proud that my lapse time almost matched my moving time because I didn't stop at all and kept going. One of the major benefits of entering a race like this is that obviously the roads are cleared for you to run, so you don't have to stop for a few seconds when a car comes or there's too many people because everybody's running in the same direction, and that really benefits you if you're going for a personal best. And equally, if you do want to walk some parts, that's cool too. I enjoyed looking at my stats post-run because I started off way too fast and I managed to keep it up for quite a long while, and then we get to about 11 kilometres and it starts to even out at around 5:20, eventually to a 5:30 pace. The first 4 rounds of the 8 laps and 3/4 laps that we had to do to complete the half marathon, I was deliberately trying to stay next to the 150 pacer.
That felt like really good, and I didn't. I run best when I'm fasted, so when I don't eat anything in the morning, and that felt really, really good. I actually had some nuts in my bum bag, but I didn't really need anything. I know it's controversial, I think running fasted is the way to go, at least for a half marathon distance. Perhaps in a marathon I'll still carry snacks and probably eat something, but definitely half marathon. Great. And here I am again. Just a few hours ago I was really nervous pacing over here and it was packed, and now we're finished. Whew. Finally eating a banana and it feels good. Just gone midday now. But yeah, it feels so good that I'm gonna run home on a runner's high. I might run home. Am I crazy for running home?
Does anyone remember ridiculously photogenic running guy? Yeah, my photos looked nothing like his. I feel like I've earned my rite of passage for running a half marathon, not because I actually completed it, but more because I have the compulsory unflattering photos to match. If you're thinking of entering a half marathon, I 100% recommend. I do have a baseline of fitness, so even though I hadn't specifically trained for this half marathon because I did very, very few runs, I think my foundational level of fitness is what carried me through in the end, but it did get me wondering if I had trained, would I have surpassed my personal best? Well, that's something to consider for next time, and there definitely will be a next time.